Hello and happy Tuesday. I am here with Jarrell James, and we're going to talk about the Make It Mobile Hackathon, which is coming to a close. It's hard to believe that, Jarrell, you and I chatted, maybe 5, 6 weeks ago about how to get started, and here we are about how to submit and have fun in the making, because there's still memes to be made.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really cool just to see everybody submitting their projects publicly. And I know that people in the Discord been kind of giving us a clue as to what they're building for those who haven't been building this publicly. And I'm overwhelmed with like how many awesome submissions have come from everyone. I think we're going to show a couple of those today too, just to get people kind of excited and understand what great work has been done alongside them. And then, yeah, I'll be walking everybody through how to submit. It just seems like it was yesterday, like you're saying, that I was telling people to join the hackathon and come build whatever they wanted. So it's been a cool experience, and I'm glad to have been here to help shepherd the process the whole time.
I hear there's been 600 participants at the hackathon?
Yeah, 615 people registered and participated in this hackathon with 57 projects building publicly, and a number of other ones that were building not as publicly and didn't want to have their ideas out there. Just they already knew what they wanted to do, so they weren't looking for any help. Been hearing a lot of great stuff from teams in Korea and teams all over the globe just on what they're building. So.
That's great. Is there any chance that we could maybe get a preview of something, or you could tell us like 3 things you're really excited about that people are building?
Well, I'll give a preview to the one that I think everybody has seen the most about, just because of social media picked it up pretty well, which is the Zapote team. They have made reverse engineered ATM machines to work with this cool Raspberry Pi implementation that they built that allows them to use an ATM machine to send Celo to it and receive cash and do a number of things that you just really can't do with a regular ATM, while also keeping the ATM fees lower than traditional ATMs. And so I think everyone here at the foundation and at cLabs are super excited to see what ideas like that come out of this hackathon that we can even like take further to make this ecosystem even more vibrant and inclusive.
That is really exciting. I actually have it on screen. If we want to go super meta, I can show tweet within a live stream.
Oh yeah. Always a big fan of going super meta.
Let's do it. Okay. So here we are. And
this is
COVID-friendly ATM powered by Celo.
Oh, yeah. So now he's scanning the QR code just from his basic Photos app. It's taken to a link. Now it opens the Valora app and asking him how much he wants to send to the ATM, all from within an already existent app that was built by the cLabs team called Valora. And looks like there it goes. Got himself a 20.
Who doesn't love that? That's great.
Yeah, stuff like that is super innovative, and really glad that teams like Zapote joined this hackathon, because if you really think about it, it's really great that we've been able to get this technology in the hands of 5.6 billion users potentially, but there's always going to be that desire, and that comes with like a growing up under a traditional financial structure. There's a lot of places around the world where cash is still king, and there's no reason why we can't integrate with those types of ecosystems and abide by the standards that they've set as a community. And if cash is something that they're looking for, they can hopefully get it on Celo in the near future.
Boom. Well, I can't wait to hear more about this project at Demo Day, which is happening next Thursday during Kaneko. So mark that on your calendars. We'll also drop it in the chat about how to register for Kaneko, but it will be streamed on the Celo Devs Twitter account. So, but before that, teams need to submit. So, Jarrell, could you give us a rundown on that process? Maybe share your screen, what people can expect?
Yeah, let me share my screen, and I'll give a process just before I start. I want to just highlight for everybody that we're going to be doing office hours today and tomorrow as well. And we will also just be in the Discord chat. So any last minute questions you have, I'll be in there. I'll be in the live support channel as well. Maybe you're having trouble, linking your YouTube link or sending in. You're not sure which awards you'll apply for or which ones you're eligible for. I'm there and I'll help you answer any of your questions you got, as well as Josh, my colleague, and a few other people from the cLabs team. So yeah, let me share my screen real quick. I think I'm going to, yep. So obviously, this is the Celo main tribe page. Oh, I have a dark reader on. I suppose I should turn that off. If anybody wants a great dark reader, there's one. So yeah, so you see here's the hackathon page, and you're like, wow, I was a person who participated in this, and I had a really good time. Now I've done all this work. How do I submit this work, and how do I get it viewed by the community and by the judges, and hopefully be awarded one of the hackathon prizes, which, let's remind ourselves, it's first place project will receive 10,000 USD worth of Celo or CUSD. Second place will receive $5,000 worth, and third place will receive 3,000, but third place is not resigned to one team. There'll be 10 teams that win third place. So just to recap, one team wins first place for 10,000, one team wins second place for 5,000, and 10 teams win third place, each receiving $3,000 to each team. It's a huge amount of money, and we're really excited because we think overwhelmingly the people that join this hackathon definitely deserve it, and we're happy to compensate you for contributing to the Celo ecosystem in the impactful ways that you have. So want to get down to it. This is obviously the overview of the original prize. I'm sure many of you have seen this, but let's say you want to submit your work. So you finished, you've done all the stuff that you need to do. You have uploaded to your repo, you've tested, you have your video made that you're ready, and you've uploaded that to YouTube. You'd go and you'd hit start work, which I've actually opened here in another tab to give you an example. And here's just an example that I've made. So my project name is Mobile First NFT Platform, with the portion of all sales going to Impact Market. You can choose a file to represent your team. Maybe you have a cool logo you've thought of, or you just have like a great photo of yourself. You want to make sure that people get a chance to see your good side. So then you give a project summary here. The coolest thing ever is what I've put, but I'm hoping that you'll put a lot more detail and kind of your, inspiration behind the project that you've built, the work that the people's lives that it would touch if it was implemented and put out to the mainstream. And when you're done kind of giving a project summary and your own passion behind the project, you link your GitHub repo right here in the project GitHub repository section here. And then assuming you've made a video, you will have uploaded that video to YouTube, and you can link that video. Make sure that it is at the very least unlisted, if not public, so that we can find it and our judges can view your project and your demo. You'll put that here, and then you can, you'll put who your team members were. It's actually really cool. It fills in. So this is Choose. This is just a guy in the hackathon. It fills in for you, and it'll add people based off their GitHub names. And then you would hit submit, and I'm not sure. So I've started work on this. And so once you've submitted your project, will be viewable here. As you can see, I have now just submitted a new project. I can go in and edit it. But let's use someone else's, like there's a bunch of great people here who have already submitted their projects and are building. Let's do this guy. Let's view their project. Oh, and they already have their video up and live, it looks like, or an overview video. And This is actually they do not have, so they haven't submitted their GitHub repo yet. So they just started the project. They're not finalized. But if you had finalized it, you would have seen like their GitHub repo and the work and that they've done and everything like that. So let's see if this project has theirs. Yeah, okay. Oh, here's the repo right here. So now this project has submitted a description and their team members, and they have this as their GitHub repo, which gives you all the information you need to know about their project, including what it was built with, like their related repositories that allow them to do what they're doing. And they'll even give an overview of how to install their project and run it locally yourself and get an overview that way. I don't see a project video yet, so I'm sure this team will update themselves there. But you kind of get the overview here of what I'm talking about. So yeah, when I see, let's see, stop sharing screen. So the idea being that we're hoping to see everyone, as you're going to start getting emails from cLabs, you're going to get emails from the Gitcoin team. I know emails can be overwhelming and there could be a lot of them, but this is something where you're not going to want to miss this email. You're going to want to like remind yourself to jump in there, submit your work, and make sure that it gets included. Because I mean, I was looking at some of the participants and there are people who've put 80 hours into this hackathon. And so you'd hate to put all that time in and then we don't even ever get to see it. We don't get to like hype you up and give you the praise you deserve or the awards you deserve for completing like this phenomenal work. I'm going to share my screen real quick again. And this is an overview so after you've submitted here and you have your prize and you're like submitted your project for one of these prizes, you'll get a follow-up email from us and Gitcoin asking you to fill out this form. This is a form that's super helpful for us for figuring out these final awards that you may be wondering about. So like these awards right here, the LATAM Best Hack, Africa Best Hack, Asia Best Hack, built by women, which there'll be two teams that win that, and built by students, which there will be 2 teams that win that, not to mention our People's Choice Award. So this form right here takes care of that. If you've submitted to the hackathon and by the final date, which I'll cover in a second, you'll get this email follow-up with this form, and I really encourage you to fill out this form because you could win 3rd place, one of the 10 slots for 3rd place, and get $3,000 for your team. But if you fill out this form and you click whichever one of these that you could be a women-led team and a student team, and you could be based out of Asia, which I believe there's a couple of teams that actually fit all 3 of these categories. That means that you could potentially win $2,000 for being a women-led team, a bonus $2,000 for being a student builder team, and the Best of Asia $2,000. So there's $6,000 on top of your $3,000. You just now actually won $9,000 in this hackathon. So potentially, if you fit all those categories. So click all these categories that apply to you. Obviously, your project name, your email address, the name of your team members, and the region or country that you're from, or you're representing. And then when it comes to the People's Choice Award, we do want to have your consent when it comes to sharing your project to our social channels. So click yes if you're all right with us doing that and sharing your work around and getting the rest of the community excited about it. And then once again, we would just love for you to link your GitHub repo and the pitch video that you have for your demo. And then here's another area where you can just tell us more about your project and just tell us just like the things that you think we should know for why your particular project is impactful and can touch a lot of lives. So I just wanted to get that out there. Obviously, the correct way is to go first to submit this work. So once you've started your work, you'll have the opportunity to submit it. And I forget about this part. I'm so glad that I went back to this tab. So when it comes to submitting, what I did before was basically created the project. And now when it comes to submitting, you'll need to connect your wallet and you'll need to give a link to your project GitHub repo, your video demo link again, and the payout address. And this is really important. You'll need to provide your payment address for CUSD. So if you downloaded Valora, you provide your Valora wallet address. That's the simplest way to go about this. And the approximate hours that you've worked as well. So let's just cut back to that one more time. You've started work on a project. That's been done. Now you're submitting work for that project, and that's this link. And this is the areas that you're going to need to fill out, these boxes here. And then I guess you could rate us as a funder. I suppose that'd be cool. I would say 5 stars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And then, agree to these terms, and you'll submit your work. I'm not going to submit my work right now because, let's be honest, I did not build something. So there's no need for me to be doing that. But I just wanted to stress that is just the process. And at the end of it, you'll also get that follow-up form from us to ask you some more questions about what bonus prizes you think you're eligible for. Yeah, and from there, you're ready to go. You're in the running. Your work will be viewed by some of the best VCs in the space, some of the best builders, and some of the best just in the trenches devs that are available to the Celo network, which is a really deep team of people. So any feedback you get from us will be super helpful and super honest, and there's a really good chance you get a follow-up email from us around your project, even if you win nothing, even if you win none of the prizes here. There could be something that we see that your prize could be, your project could be utilized for in the future, and we'd just love to stay in touch and see if you're interested in sticking around and building it. So encourage you to get, even if you're 3/4 of the way done and you're like, this isn't up to my standards, I've been working really hard on this, but I'm not sure that this is something I want to stand by and submit. Mm-hmm. I know we can look like we're going to, used to really professional work, and we just want everything to be perfect, and you have to have everything running perfectly in order for us to look at it. That's not the case. Even if you have it 3/4 of the way done and you just need to submit that now because you've run out of time, I seriously encourage you to do it. We tend to be people with vision, and we can see what you were going for. And especially if you write out in the description areas what you were trying to build and why you were trying to build it, we will be very understanding and are most likely going to give you kudos and a shout out no matter what, because it's just great to see like this inspiration coming from the community and see what people have decided to build in order to make Celo their own.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what the community is all about, is to see things and be like, oh, actually we can connect here. And so that just because you're just started building something doesn't mean that that's the end. So Thank you for covering that, Jarrell. I have a question. What if you're in the process and you're like, actually, I'm like hung up on something. Should they go to Discord or should they go to a Twitter account? What's the best way for them to get their questions answered?
Well, I always plug the Discord because as much as we're around 24/7 and we answer questions, I've just been getting super excited to see other builders from the hackathon actually helping out people asking questions. Like, for instance, I want to give a shout out to Gus Gorman, and I saw them in the Discord, and they'd been asking a ton of questions since the start of this hackathon, and they'd had a lot of them answered. So then people were coming back with their own questions that were very similar to Gus's, and he just took up the mantle and started helping out. And there's been a number of people that have been like that. There's another person in Discord named Alex who's been doing very similar actions. So I'm happy to field any questions on any platform, but the community support you're going to get inside of Discord is really comparable to none.
Thank you. That makes sense. So these are due tomorrow, correct? Tomorrow,
yes,
midnight.
So the hackathon officially ends midnight, 11:59, technically 11:59 p.m. on tomorrow, April 14th at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. So I wanted to give everybody a chance to submit for as long as they could. And, some of these people are built some amazing stuff and they're rushing to put some finishing touches on it. And honestly, the video recording part takes longer than people really think, So especially if you have a number of people that are recording. So I wanted to open that up for as long as possible. So for some of you out there, whether you're in UTC time or you're anything ahead of the Pacific Standard Time, you might see that the hackathon is still open on the 15th. That's just because of the time zone change. The hackathon closes at 11:59 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time on April 14th. So yeah, join in and let's see your submissions. I think you'll find a lot of support from us as a community.
Great. And I also heard that we are extending one of our bounties of making memes or TikToks talking about Celo. So yeah, what can you talk to us about that bounty?
Yeah, we wanted to create a way for people that were building in the hackathon or had seen the hackathon and or just like interested in connecting with Celo on Gitcoin into just like a low impact way of just being a part of the community. So we said, let's make a small bounty for memes to be submitted by people. And there've been some awesome ones submitted. And we're like, okay, well, why stop the fun? We have Connecco coming up in a week. There's a lot of content there for people to make memes about. Let's keep the meme bounty, which you'll find on our main Celo tribe page on Gitcoin. Let's keep that going, and let's just let people have as much fun as they can for the next week or so. So excited to see that that's being extended.
Great. I even have a meme here talking about the Celo block times. So would love to see a TikTok because those are always really fun. But I'm super excited to see everything that's being built. People are talking about why mobile is important, how Celo is this, it's a great blockchain because it's fast, right? And we are a strong community. So just a reminder, catch demo day, April 22nd, and get your submissions in before.
Yeah. When it comes to the memes, I know a guy who said that a network is only as strong as its weakest meme. So really excited to see everybody get in there and create some buzz through humor. And yeah, demo day, April 22nd. For those of you that win, we will be in contact for live demos at Connecco if you can make it. There'll be a lot more information about that coming out later. So just submit your demos and let's see what people got. I'm really excited to kind of get the whole picture of what this hackathon was like.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us today, Jarrell, and good luck to all of our participants.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, and good luck, everyone.
Bye.